Hi guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Emrose and I do a lot of stuff here. I am an author and artist. Lately, I have no brain, but usually I post studio vlogs on this channel kind of documenting my creative process. And right now I'm working on releasing a comic, a webcomic, and I need to get some of it done. And speaking of focus and brain stuff, I mean, I'm sure a lot of us are in this position, but I have just been feeling completely like my focus ability is gone back to zero. I have regressed. I used to be a really focused person. Now, especially because I have migraines, I have a lot of like head brain symptoms, it would seem, where I kind of like don't even realize that I'm not focusing as much, which never used to be a problem for me. So I can't even focus for this clip right now. Like, I'm serious. Ugh! It's so annoying. But I want to write my journal, so I'm going to do it there today. And then from there, I'm going to use the app Focus Friend, which you may have seen Hank Green post about. It's like an app he produced that is really cute. The style really appeals to me because it's like this little focus timer app where you get points for your little bean character, like knitting socks. And I'm a knitter. I love knitting. So the aesthetic is very cute. And then you get to use those socks to turn in for like objects in your little creature's room. And I really haven't gotten that far because of the no focus thing. So I'm pretty sure the main thing I need to crank out today is the comic panels. And so that's what I'm going to be trying to like time. I'm going to guess how much time each one will take me, do a few rounds of the timer, and see how long it actually takes me. I think part of the problem I have as a creative is that I feel very scared of things that I know will take a long time, to the point where I think I maybe have like started to overestimate the amount of time things will take, and then I assume, you know, oh, my symptoms are going to interrupt that period of time. I don't know if I can start. What if then I don't finish? It's a whole cycle. It's not very productive. Not only is it not productive, it's just kind of sad. I just want to play with the cute app and like see what happens. I'm gonna have to move from this spot because the only place I'm comfortable is directly in front of the AC. We're still having like a heat wave. It's so late in the season, but such is life. I made this page in my junk journal a couple days ago. I think it needs a little more pizzazz, a little smaller details, but this is the start. Alrighty. I mean, let's go. Let's go. I should probably edit today too, but will. That's what making the to-do list is for. We'll evaluate. It's really me and my My Melody pen against the world right now. Ooh. And my smudgy mascara. Oh, I guess that's just the look we get because that is stuck on there. So, this list is somewhat subpar because it really lacks any sort of priority. But I just did the dishes, we crossed off. I did like 2 10-minute batches. I like cleaned the counters, and then I did something else too. I don't know, I tidied up a little bit. Now I'm gonna do a work assignment. I think this is gonna take me probably about an hour, but I'm gonna start with 30 minutes on the bean timer, and then after I do this, then we're getting in the danger zone of like 2 to 3 p.m. where I usually start crashing, and like My stomach really hurts right now. So it might be a nap time or lay down time, but we'll see. If I can get one drawing thing in before the nap, that would be great. My stickers. This one's hard to see. I didn't realize that it was transparent, but it says hip to be square. Like, cause it's a granny square. 1 30-minute timer done. Press a break. Let's go into the second one. I think I'm on track for an hour. Might be a little more. Okay, so I finished my assignment for now, but it's one of these communications that I do. It's an email that's like annual, based very closely off of like a previous year's. So I do usually come back to these and like switch up my wording a little bit when I'm not as close to what the content said last year. Does that make sense? So I also just don't typically turn my assignments in right when I finish them, so they have a little bit of time to like incubate, and I catch more mistakes that way. So feeling good about that. Took just over an hour, and I do think I'm gonna take like a little lay down break on the hot pack because my stomach really hurts. But I was way more efficient in that hour than I typically would be. So that was good. And my bean got some points. I don't think she has nearly enough yet for the desk that I want her to have. She has a chair kind of in the middle of the floor, a gaming chair. So I'm going for pink and purple in her room. But it's like kind of a dark, it's the lo-fi pack. I think it's pretty cute. There's a paid version of this app, and I like almost got it for the next couple of months, but I'm not that committed yet. And I did just spend like almost $10 on Infinity Nikki stuff this previous month, which was so worth it, by the way, for the outfit. But I was so frustrated. I was grinding so hard to get this cat outfit. I did like every quest, like random quest that I had put off where you have to like take photos and stuff. I made Lily do a bunch of mini games for me that I had skipped. Yeah, so I better never want anything that bad again, because there's no more content in the game for me to get diamonds. That's my Infinity Nikki update. I'm all linky and bedraggled, so I might as well lay down and have a nap. Day 2 of using Focus Friend to be present and hopefully a little bit more efficient in my energy usage. I am really struggling. I have a tummy ache. My cat has a tummy ache, which is crazy for him because he always feels good. So I love that. He's in his little Monster Energy box. I'll show you a clip, but like, that's where he goes for comfort and reassurance. And he didn't eat all his food. Like, almost unheard of. He probably has a hairball because the shed has been crazy. I really want to feel alive. It's my wedding anniversary, so me and Lillian have a dinner reservation tonight. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm working on another panel. This one needs to be colored, and I need to put the text in. So I'm gonna say that it'll take me about 30 minutes, maybe 25. Let's put in 25. And then I think I'm gonna try to either eat more lunch. I just had mashed potatoes, which is not exactly like nutritious. Or I'm gonna try to take another little power nap. Yesterday my power nap, and the reason why you didn't see that many updates from me after a certain point in time was because I crashed. So Yeah, like my eczema is super bad right now. I'm kind of wondering if I like did something that triggered a lot of symptoms, but I have no idea what it would be. I have this whole one that I'm working on, the 4-panel sketch shot, and then I have one from the next one. It's pretty good. I finished that panel. I guess I mess with my hair a lot when I'm drawing. I finished that panel and I refined the sketch of the next one because it needs some more work. So that one is ready to like properly ink now. And I'm thinking of like doing that one later, but I also have something I want to edit, and it looks like I might have some work coming in, but I'm not sure yet. I'm waiting for a message, but I'm gonna like try to take a half-hour nap. Unheard of. I know. Oh god, I was supposed to go grocery shopping too, and I still haven't. I think Lily has off tomorrow, so I might make her go, since like we don't need to cook tonight. My little bean still does not have a desk. It's taking me so long to get enough points. It's like hard. One of the problems I've been having with it is that for some reason the notifications aren't working super well on my phone. So the timer will stop, but you have to like press a button to get the points. And I don't notice it stop, so I just keep working, which is great. Not going on my phone. But even sometimes I open my phone and the notifications like only in one place. I don't know. It's probably like a me issue because I have a Samsung, and like you can set the notifications in a billion different ways. Anyway, it hasn't been a super focused week so far, but today it's morning. I'm working on my comic. I did a little warm-up where I cleaned my desk a bit, and I also did some stuff in my junk journal. I made this page here, and I'm gonna find something funny to put here. But I got this book of like, you know those photo cards that people make? They decorate like the edges. So this whole sticker book is like different colorways. There's like a huge variety too for making stuff like that. It's gonna be great for this junk journal. Oh, I should put some little strawberries on it too. Let's do that. Yes. Hi guys. So Hank Green doesn't know about knitting, does he? I guess there's kind of been like a controversy about multiple things now because of like his channel SciShow, where he is like the figure speaking oftentimes, I think, maybe all the time, put out this actually like really interesting video about a certain study that used knitting to learn more about like mathematics and material science and stuff. But the framing of the video is just not it. Don't be misogynistic about knitting. And if you're going to talk about knitting, be aware that a lot of people are like quite misogynistic about it. I actually don't find the content of the video to be quite as controversial as a lot of people are stating. I think it's worth a watch actually, if you're interested in these things and if you're interested in how we talk about crafts. He really missed the mark, and like it's just like a, what's it called, a sort of cautionary tale to me I actually do a lot of science communication in my day job and other like specialist topics. Sometimes it's not always science, but a lot of my job is conveying very, very specific information to a generalized audience, and doing that with care and respect, and like taking responsibility for describing it accurately is a big part of at least my philosophy of what I do. You don't always hit the mark, and I think that's pretty reasonable for like the SciShow team and Hank Green as the figurehead of SciShow. So like sometimes you issue corrections when you do this type of work. However, it did kind of get my hackles up, because the thing about Hank is he has presented himself as sort of the internet's expert on very many things, and there are just going to be times when you can't be the expert. You don't know everything. You know, it's like the premise sets you up for failure if you're always supposed to be the expert, you know? Anyway, I don't mean to like throw in another chip in the whole controversy, because I don't actually think it's a huge deal. Sorry. I do think, you know, people be misogynistic about fiber arts, and in subtle ways too, and we just have to fight against that narrative, because it's still pretty dominant. But I'm not sure it's like threatening anybody's identity specifically. But the other thing I was like hee ha-haing about is Focus Friend, and how it is so dang silly that the easy thing that you can make in this app is like a sock. Like, that's the basic item, and the scarves are the paid tier, which you can level up faster, or like you can get more stuff from the scarves. Scarves are literally so much easier to make than socks. If I had to do this, I would have done, I think, hats for the lower tier and then socks. I don't think I would have put scarves in there. I know that scarves are like a big project. I kind of like the symbolism of that, but socks are such a hard project. It's very funny to see this little bean be like, I made a sock in 30 minutes. I made 32 socks in 30 minutes. But they are like a small basic thing that everybody has, and we even have this narrative of like getting socks for Christmas sucks. I've been trying to use the app, but little Rosalita's house is still kind of bald. I'm gonna work on my banners. Can I hold this up without it being a problem? My cozy banners, because I do want to put them up. I do think I'm just gonna use glue, because this the felted wool sweater rather, is very thick. I just don't see the reason to sew through it when I think hot glue will do, I'm pretty sure. So let's find out. And I'm gonna actually try to track the freaking time, but let me tell you, like, my phone does not like this app. So some of these I cut out just are like really wrinkly. I gotta get those out before I glue them down. Good morning, happy Friday. This whole week, no focus, nothing going on up here. The slowest my brain has been in a long time. I love that. But everything essential, you know, is happening, and I try to remind myself of that. And I am sitting at my desk now, which is a good sign for actually finishing up some stuff. So I finished my little fall banner. We gotta hang it up. got to hang it up today because fall is settling in upon us. I see one tree outside my window that has some red leaves. Are you ready? So on the back I glued some little pieces of like this faux leather I have to make little hanging things so I can thread it onto like the string. It's pretty cute, right? I think it needs maybe like the fabric scraps to be trimmed when I hang it up. But isn't it fun? Yes! Okay, so it's gonna go above the TV there. I love it. I think it's so silly. I think it is very custom for this space. It matches our wall, it matches our couch. What more can I need? I really need to cut my bangs too. They're looking so thick. They're like, there's too much banging happening. But I didn't want to get hair all over myself this morning. You know, that like uncomfortable feeling with the hair all over yourself? No good. Star's listening to me from his cat tower. What's up, dude? He likes the talking. Usually I handle like my news and media consumption pretty well, and I'm able to like block stuff that I don't want to engage with and take a step back and like be kind of in touch with myself about when I need those things, and I'm doing really poorly at it right now, which is kind of interesting. I'm not really sure why that has changed. It could just have been, you know, like so much. So it would be a really good day to stay off my phone for the most part. I've been using Focus Friend to do like 15-minute cleans. That's been kind of productive for me because I do have this issue where like I think that, for example, the kitchen tasks are going to take me like an hour. They don't take that long. Oh yeah, I said I was predicting how long things would take at the beginning of this video. For the most part, I've been pretty accurate, like about how much I can get done in like an hour or whatever. The kitchen, for some reason, is so daunting. Everything takes me like 15 minutes though. Like unload, load the dishwasher, clean everything, do a little bit of tidying and trash. Like, what's up with that? I just kind of dread that task, I guess. Yeah, but anyway, I do have some cleaning and tidying to do now. Now that this project is wrapped. I'm getting close to like the end of what I'm gonna record for this video. So check that out for my weekend. It's also my birthday weekend. We're gonna do some fun stuff. So maybe I'll add that in too. Focus Friend still barely has a home. Her house is so bald. I have a task that I think is going to take me 15 minutes. I set the timer. Let's go and let's see if we can buy anything after it. If I can't, it may be the end for me with this app. Okay, for one thing, that is running, so this should be interesting for the audio. But it's my birthday! I'm having a great day. It's a Monday, so we celebrated on the weekend. Yesterday was a total blast. I have really wanted to do blacksmithing, and I found out about this place in Seattle called Lawless Forge. I'll show you some pictures. I'll show you a clip of like what we made. It was like a texture class, which was really helpful for like getting the hang of the hammer. So cool. And we got to like use the forge and work with hot metal, and I am so tired. Like, it was a full body workout. Especially like my forearms, I guess, are really feeling it. So I was just doing my PT, but like for my upper body, like my shoulders, to hopefully kind of balance out how I'm feeling right now, because it was a lot. But that was so fun, and now it's a Monday, and I did a little bit of work, and I kind of have a big list. So, oh no. I'm good. You get to see my momentary freak out about the sounds the embroidery machine is making. So I'm doing a lot of that right now because there is like the last market in the park for the year this weekend. So I'm gonna go to that. That's really exciting for me. Love that. So I have like a pretty good stack going of patches. I mean, I'm trying out some new things. It really should be a great moment to use the Focus Friend app. But like I just told you, I was so ready. I gotta stop it. Not only did it fail, this is like a really bad fail. I had to cut it. I have no guesses as to why that happened with this particular one. Should have been easy. But there's just an inherent fail rate to this. Let's see if I can get it out. I'm gonna have to take it apart. It'll be fine though. That puts a slight damper on my process, because what I was gonna say is like, Focus Friend has another room and I didn't even realize. And now I do want my bean to be able to go to the other room. But I need 1,000 socks or something for it? I don't know what I read. Am I ever gonna get there if I don't pay for it? I don't know. I'm not sure. My skin is not really tolerating the makeup I put on today. It's a little anky. Well, at least my hair looks good. I don't think I can motivate myself to use it. It's so sad, but I'm just gonna be real with you. I don't know if tracking my time is for me anymore. I used to love it. It used to be so helpful. It's sad. But I think maybe on days where I like really can't stay off TikTok, it's been helpful. So I'll keep that like in the back of my mind. And just see what happens. 'Cause I am a little bit like chronically online right now. So that seems like a good tool to have in my back pocket, basically. I'm so tired. I think maybe I'll take a little like proper break, because I deserve it, and I don't need to stitch as fast as I've been stitching. Clearly my machine needs to be cleaned or something, or I need to replace the needle. I'm reading this. This is really good. This is like a classic of the YA fantasy genre that I somehow missed, years back. Dude's really mean in this, though. They weren't lying. He is cruel. Hey, so I'm wrapping this video here. Little moment for my lights. I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool. Well, it's been a bit of a week because, like, dang, my stomach just won't quit. Yeah, what did I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about a little bit more of like staying off TikTok and being less chronically online. I guess just because I have been reflecting on it lately. Usually I'm kind of not one of those people to like cleanse from social media. I don't really have a problem with like how much I consume, and I feel that I have an okay relationship with it. But I have been feeling pretty overwhelmed and anxious, and it's just something that I know that I can like reduce and probably experience some better feelings. And also I want to be getting my news not from TikTok first. Like inevitably I want to actually consume things a little bit slower so that I can like be mentally stable. And by a little bit slower, I mean more of like a daily basis, which is still incredibly a lot. I want to emphasize this. If you're also chronically online like me, you are probably learning about breaking news events like 5 times per day minimum. And I know a lot of Americans, if they hear any news like once a week, it's a lot to them. For me, I've gone through this with a couple social media now. I used to see a lot of things break on Twitter back in 2016, and I ended up quitting Twitter shortly after that, maybe late 2017. I don't know. It was before it became X, but I remember just not knowing quite as much about every single thing. Also not knowing at the time as much about publishing and the state of the publishing industry was really helpful to me. Sometimes you just have to sometimes you are just consuming so much information, you know, that there's no room for anything else. I believe it's really important to consume a lot of information in the news, but there has to be a better way. Wow, that was very long-winded to say. I want to try to be on TikTok less. And I'm going to decorate my beans little room by probably just using it during folding laundry and dishes. Maybe not so much the writing stuff. I don't know. Maybe for writing sprints. I try to do 20 to 30 minutes of writing per day minimum, even when I'm not working on something. So lately I haven't been working on my novel draft all that much, unless some specific inspiration strikes me. I've just been trying to practice writing, and then I've been putting a lot of energy toward my comic. I think in the past week what I realized about my comic, hold on, I'm holding the iPad, that's why I keep gesturing to it. It's pretty motivating, just in and of itself, and I'm not finding it to be a project that I have a lot of doubts about and that I'm kind of self-hating on really ever. I think it's just I don't know, I like to draw and I have a lot of it planned out. Anyway, it's kind of my comfort project right now. That's all for the time being. Make sure you check out my links below if you want to follow me other places, or if you want to subscribe to the Substack for the comic I am releasing on September 24th. Just days away. It'll come out early on Substack, and then I'm posting them a few days later on other places. That's all. Thanks for making it to the end, and make something that makes you happy today, and until next time, bye!